Hello, fellow adventurers. Dr. Nostromo here. And this is part 6 of our To Be King playthrough tutorial. And recap what happened in the last part. Sissy the fairy had a victorious battle against a grizzly bear. Earned herself some experience points for that. And Zybot ate a bad meal with the Boogo tribe, and he's currently sleeping. So with that, let's go ahead and start a new round. Round 44, the blacksmith received a new metal helmet. And Sissy received a hit point of natural healing. She now has 29. And it's Pegasus' turns first. He's just waking up. Okay, and he'll be able to travel on his next turn. And moving over to Sissy. Weather conditions. Thunderstorm, -2 MP, so she has 4 movement points. She could move up to the crags. How's her health? Oh, she's only 1 point behind? Okay, well, she's not going to spend money on that then. And she doesn't have that much money. She's thinking about whether she wants to stay and visit the hermit, but she's got all the equipment she needs, and yeah, no, she's going to go ahead and pass on seeing the hermit. She's going to go on here to the crags and draw an event. She found a camel. Well, that's nice. But if she really wants to use it, well, let's see, the camel's what? While you ride the camel, +2 movement points and no safety check in desert terrain. The extra movement is nice, especially when she's decided she's not going to. She almost has enough power and swift. If you look at her attributes, out of the way, she has greater than 11 points in both power and swift, or added together. She can leap over the green walls. But she has this puzzle master, and that's a really valuable companion, and she doesn't want to leave her behind, so she's not going to jump the walls. So the camel would be handy. Unfortunately, she would only be able to go 1 extra movement point because the puzzle master wouldn't be able to keep up. Does the market has an ox? It's a very expensive ox. At this time, she has nothing she wants to give away to keep the camel, so she's going to just leave it. And we'll move on to the next round. Evil Incarnate has been spotted as moving to the Mariah Midlands. And Sissy has received a hit point natural healing. She's now at a total hit points of 30. And looks like Zybot's going to go first. Weather conditions are mild. He's got 6 movement points. Yep, he hasn't raised up his swift to get more than that. Okay, he's going to keep in mind that he's got a lot of experience points to convert, but he's not going to convert them just yet. But he does have the machete, I believe. Yes, he has a machete, and that gives him a -1 movement point cost in forests and wetlands. So that'll help. So he's got 6. This would only cost 3, 4, 5. That would be 8. So he's going to go here, do the safety check. Saved, passed safely. And then he's going to stop in the pool of chance and take a swim. Okay, and taking a swim in this natural mineral spring affects people in different ways and may be quite beneficial. The pool feeds an underground stream that empties into the enchanted grotto on the coast. If you swim, roll 2d6. You may add 1 for every 5 points of psychic. He has 5 points of psychic, so he will add 1. 2d6 plus 1. 2, 4. So 4 or a 5. 4, you lose a random non-living collectible, or 5, the water is so soothing you fall asleep until the beginning of your next turn. Oh my goodness. He falls asleep at the beginning of your next turn. So I mean, he's not really losing anything. He's just he's incapacitated during that round, but nobody's going to encounter him, so he's okay. And then Sun. Okay, she's got 6 movement points. Actually, she's going to add a point of Swift. This serves 2 things. It gets, if you're Swift, trying to get her Swift up so that she gets that +1 movement point bonus for high Swift, but also by getting Swift to 5, it gives a +1 to her power. So it's just like adding a point of power. So, okay, she's done that. She's going to move on now. She has 6 movement points, 4, 5, 6. She's going to move to the marsh. A deep freeze. Set the controller, which would be her. An extreme cold front has moved into the kingdom, freezing all water for D4 rounds. 3 rounds. Cards tracker. Okay. Carriages in boats are stuck, no events. All others may cross impassable water terrain and Mariah Channel at 3 movement point costs per hex and safety checks. This would have absolutely no effect on the characters here in Green Island. But it's always a good idea to maintain the event and track it, as you never know where you might suddenly end up. So, moving on to round 46. The Ducks has received a new roll of canvas. Most water locations are still frozen due to the deep freeze. Sissy's extended bouts of meditation has increased her psychic by a point. Very good. And she goes first. Okay, first thing she does is deduct 1 round on the tracker for the event that she's controlling. Weather conditions, thunderstorm is -2, so she has 4 movement points. And that is going to be enough for her to go 2, and the bridge is still there, so she's going to go 3. And she has to encounter the Boogo tribe. So they're going to hand her that plate of food. She has to roll a d6, and she gets to add 1 for every 5 points of social. She has 5 points of social. She can add 1. So d6. 6. A 6 or a 7? 6. Must be health food. Gain 2 d4 hit points and a flex point. Great. Or 7 might be the best food you've ever tasted. 2 flex points and a joyous evening of frivolity. The 2 flex points, that's really tempting, but so are the hit points. Because her max has only increased once. It's gone from 25 to 30. The highest max is 50, so she has not jumped ahead beyond the 30 yet. That is a random thing, by the way. So she's going to go ahead and take the, well, she also has all that undulant. But she's going to go ahead and take the hit points, 2d4 hit points. 4 and 4, 8. Well, that's a good gain. That puts her 8 points over her max, so that's good. And then she's going to take the flex point, which she's going to put into skill. She's going to need the skill. And she's getting some good numbers in the skill now. A lot of that, along with her puzzle master, she's getting really good numbers here. So she had a real good experience with the Boogo tribe, and now we're going to move on to Zybot. And let's see, what was the conditions? Thunderstorm. So he has 4 movement points. All right. 2, that's as far as he can go. Marsh, 1 event. Oh, and he's encountered a creature. A cloak spider. Run factor of D8. I just rolled a D6, I think. D8, 8. So spider's not likely to stick around. And hit die is D8 plus 8. For an 8's 12. Okay, huge spider, 2 to 3 feet in length, that hides over pathways and drops a cloak of webbing on its victims. If it's the initial attacker, skill times 3% plus 10% for each assisting companion of seeing the spider beforehand, allowing you to gain the initiative and automatically avoid it or attack it without being ensnared. Otherwise, you're ensnared, and after the first segment, power times 5% chance of breaking free per segment. If you fail, defend at -2 to hit and damage, and you can't run for that segment. Okay, so he has a power of 4. Okay, 4. He has a +1 to hit for swift. He has a +3 to hit because he's an acneroid. This is a spider, and he has +2 to hit and damage versus spiders and insects. So this is another +2. So now he's got 5 for his racial attributes here. Talents, I believe he has. The talents, he has the Fierce Fighter, which means he can roll combat dice twice. That's good. The machete isn't going to help him any. That's strictly for travel. And so that's it. He's got 10 versus 5. He should be able to fare pretty well with this combat, providing he doesn't get in trouble with some bad rolls. He has leather armor, and that's the only armor he has. Okay. So he's going to try 11% plus another 10, 21% first sight. He got first sight. Okay. So he can, let's see, give me for his is avoid it or attack it. Automatically avoid it or attack it. Okay, so he spotted it. He's not going to avoid it. He is going to attack it. In fact, he is going to try to surprise it. 19%. He doesn't surprise it. Okay, so his attack point is 10. 10. The spider's attack point is 5. Should be combat point. Should get the terminology. And barely wins. And he causes 2d4 plus 2. Why the +2? Well, I know the +2 for racial, but oh, anyway, d4 plus 2, right. And another +2 for being an insect, so d4 plus 4. 2d4 plus 4. 1, 2, that's 1, 4, and 4 is 8. Initiative. He was, let's see, Zybot is the attacker, so she's going to roll first. 20. There you go. That's probably going to be the kill. And the cloak spider rolls initiative. 9, yeah. So 20 is a maximum damage, which would be a kill. So he killed the spider. Easy work. Got 5 experience points for that. And he's going to go ahead and put a point into power. Okay, and another point into skill. Yeah, his stats aren't very good right now. He's hopefully he'll pick up some more points along the way. But okay, moving on to the next round. Most water locations are still frozen due to the deep freeze. That's the only news we've got. And Zybot's going first, so she's going to travel. No adjustments, so 6 movement points. 4, 5, and that's as far as she can go. Incline for a safety check. No problem. And then she hits the flats and has an event. A magic portal. This is an interesting place to get that. The magic portal may help or hinder your progress. Step into the portal to teleport to a random location within your current region. Okay, well, he's on Green Inland 2019-18, and it goes up to 30. He's a little more than halfway. He's got a 50, almost a 50-50 chance of getting into a better position or a worse position. Hearing echoes of Dirty Harry. Do you feel lucky, Punk? He's going to pass. So, moving on to the sun. And she's going to head down to Sissy Stagnant Swamp for a safety check. And this is mild, right? Yes, mild. Okay. And pass safely and step into the pool of chance and take a swim. So 2d6 and 5 points for psychic. Okay, so she gets to add 1. 1, 2, 11 or 12. 11. The water must be magical to receive a spell. That's nice. You're shocked by the water's powerful effects. Gain 2d8 hit points. You know, because she always has 2 spells, so if he uses any, she's going to get a spell. Anyway, she's going to take the gain on hit points. She wants to beef up her health. There's no telling when the maximum might go up, so might as well get the extras while you can. 2d8. 2, 4, 8, 12 extra hit points. Pushes her up to 50. Excellent. And moving on to round 48. Evil Incarnates moved to the Breen Inland region. Someone has picked up the Camel as it's no longer available. The market's received a new Camel. How about that? Most water locations are still frozen due to the deep freeze. Let's try to bring that down here with it. Zybot the Scaly has been improving their cardio, increasing their HP max to 35. What a deal. And it looks like Zybot's up first. Stormy -1. Okay, so he's got 5 movement points. 3, 4. He's got the machete, so 3, 4, 5. He can't get to the woods. Event. Another creature. A zombie. Okay, zombies do not run. Hit die are d6 plus 6. 5 and 6, 11. Okay, and power is variable, d4 plus 2. 4 and 2, 6. Okay, zombies do not run, they only eat. Their power varies depending on what functional body parts they have available. Non-arcane pummeling weapons only cause d4 damage. Bladed and arcane weapons are normal. A torch provides plus 2 to hit and damage and d8 or d8 damage if used by itself. Um, Well, he has the he's going to have to use the machete on this case because his claws are not considered. I don't think they're considered either bladed or pummeling. No. So yeah, he's going to have to use the machete on this one. Okay, everything else should be pretty much the same. 5 plus to hit is +1 to hit. He does not get any advantages for his race because he's going to have to use a weapon if he wants to cause any damage on this thing. Let's see, talents, no, he gets that double roll on talent. And everything else is fine. Then the item, machete doesn't have a plus. I think it's just a damage. Just d8 damage. Okay. So we're set. And he's got the 13 plus a position, 23% first sight. He got first sight. So he's going to try to surprise the zombie, 22%. He does not surprise the zombie. So he's just going to strike the zombie for a combat point of 6. And he's going to roll again because he does have, he's a fierce fighter. He can roll twice, so it's 6. And then the zombie has a combat point of 6. And well, he outrolled both of the zombies' rolls, or both of his rolls outrolled the zombies. So he's going to score damage, d8 damage plus 1. He just still gets to add the plus 1 for high power, so it's d8 plus 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 hit points. Okay, and the Zybot is going to roll first for ISC. And gets another 20. Wow. And the zombie rolls 12. So he got a maximum hit on the zombie, which is 9 hit points damage. That's going to be a kill. My goodness. Second time he's gotten that maximum damage roll. Okay, so 6 experience points for that. Very good. And moving on to Sun. She's going to go ahead and reduce the counter on this 1 point. Deep freeze shall remain in effect 1 more turn. And 5 movement points. 2, 6. Nope, she's going to just go to the marsh. As far as she can go. And that quest. Deep freeze is already deep freeze active, so this is trashed and no new event is drawn. And we'll go on to round 49. The guild has received a new Lugenbald. She helps with Swift. Most water locations still frozen due to the deep freeze. Zybot the Scaly's received a hit point of natural healing for a total of 31. He's also going to roll on his physician. which gives him an extra 1 more point. Okay, and Sissy's been improving her cardio, increasing her HP max to 35. Okay, good. She's got a HP max boost. And she goes first. What's the conditions like? Stormy, so she's down to 5 movement points. 4, 5. Okay, there's the safety check for this one. Pass safely, and the magic portal. And, she's going to go ahead and try the magic portal. Let's see. As a matter of fact, she's going to go ahead and try to cast a spell before she steps into the portal. She's going to try to cast this kill time spell. Kill time spell is cast at the beginning of your turn. Oh, she's already moved. Never mind. Send that back to the spell book. Okay. So she's just going to step into the magic portal, which teleport to a random location within your current region. Okay, the red arrow shows that she's in the Breen Inland region, so she's going to go to a random location, Breen Inland, BL6. Oh, that moved her back. 5, 6. She goes here. Safety check. No problem there. She has 1 event. And it's a creature. Yep, well, that's a risky run. Okay, giant dragonfly. Okay. And combat stats. Run factor of D10. 4. Combat D8 plus 8. 3 and 8 is 11 hit points. Okay, at 3 feet in length with a nasty bite and a taste for flesh, this isn't your typical garden dragonfly. It gets +2 ISC if no special rolls as it moves and darts around quickly. This is a flying creature. Normally, a character would always be the defender against a flying creature, except if it gets the initial surprise. But in this case, the fairy does have limited flying abilities and is normal against a dragonfly. So that is not a factor. Let's see, Dragonfly has a power of 8. She has a power of 7. No add-ons. There is a +1 to hit now because of the little raise she gave herself in Swift. Racial is nothing racial that's going to help here, except that she's toe-to-toe with it. She doesn't have to worry about only being the defender. Talents. Dexterous, that's she can try to roll twice. Dragon Killer's not going to help against this is a beast, right? Yes, beast, class C. Okay, now as far as weapons, oops. She has the broadsword, which is a +3 weapon, right? Yep, +3, right? And D12 damaged, right? D12 +1. Okay, so she's all set and ready to go. She has a 14%, plus her Puzzle Master gives her another 10, 24% first sight. She did not get first sight. The Dragonfly has a 10% chance to surprise. And does not surprise. So she can attempt to avoid if she likes. Let's see, 8 versus 11. she's going to go ahead and give it a shot for a round. So she's going to stand her ground and let it attack. So it's going to attack with a combat point of 8. And the fairy has a combat point of 11. And outrolled her. So she's going to score the D12 plus 1 damage. Oh, need to point something out here. Is that going to make a difference? It's not going to make a difference here. But one thing I need to point out is that you notice it says here bonus is a W terrain, and we are in W terrain, which means that surprise would be increased by 20%. So it'd be 30% surprise and plus 2 to hit and damage. Now up here, first sight. So the Dragonfly actually did surprise the fairy because of the bonus location. So the prize is full damage, 8 hit points damage. So did get a strike in there for 8 damage. Okay, and then we can play out the segment. Actually, we need to roll ISC on that. That would be the Dragonfly. That would be the fairies. Dragonfly would have initiative. She was preparing for the attack and was going to go with it, so she's going to go ahead and take this score now. So this would be a D8, D12 plus 1 damage. We hadn't rolled that yet, had we? No, we had not. 2 hit points damage. Well, that's pathetic. Okay, ISC. The Dragonfly first, and the fairy. The Dragonfly gets a 3 and still gets enough, and the fairy rolled a 1, which means that the Dragonfly gets a free hit for D8 damage. 1 hit point damage, okay. ISC again. Dragonfly. Fairy. Dragonfly got a 1 this time, so she gets a free hit, D12 plus 1 damage. 1, 2 hit points damage. They're just poking each other with a stick is all they're doing. Okay, ISC again. The Dragonfly was the original attacker, so he rolls first. And the fairy rolls 19. Sheena has the initiative. She can run with immunity. There's no special rules involved. So she can run with immunity if she likes. She still has 41 hit points, so that's not a problem. She is not going to run. She's going to go ahead and, oh yeah, the plus 2. Is that going to help? No. None of that applied. Okay, and there's no okay, none of that applied. I forgot about this plus 2 IC, but nothing's affected that. Okay, so she's going to go ahead and attack with a combat point of 11. 11. Okay. The Dragonfly has a 16% run. Since it is defending, it did not. Okay, so he's going to go ahead and counter with a combat point of 8. And he's in a bonus area, so it'd be a combat point of 10. And failed to beat up on the fairies. The fairy will get a D12 plus 1 hit. 2 and 1, 3. Well, a little higher. Amazing how many hits she's had to make on this thing. Okay, ISC, since she was attacking this time, she'll roll ISC first. 18, very good roll. And the Dragonfly gets to add 2. 12, 14, that doesn't help it. So she's attacking. She can run with immunity if she likes. No, she's not going to run. She's going to go ahead and attack. 28% chance the Dragonfly wants out of here by the end of this segment. Does not. Okay, so she's going to attack with a combat point of 11. And the Dragonfly has an 8 plus 2 for bonus location, 10. Ooh, this time the Dragonfly got the smack in. But she has armor ratings, no special rolls involved, so her armor rating comes into play. And she has the ring mail. That's good for 35. 35% chance the armor protected her. It did not. So D8 plus, D8 damage. 6 hit points damage. Okay, that was a little harder hit. ISC, she was the one that attacked, so she'll roll first. Dragonfly. Dragonfly got a maximum damage special roll. So that's another 8 hit points. She just lost everything she gained. And ISC again. She was the attacker initially, so she'll roll first, and then the Dragonfly. Dragonfly has the initiative. I think she had. Was it, let's see, dexterous? No, what was, okay, that was something else. They got something else. This isn't helping any fix. Okay, so nothing here's helping. All right, so she's going to attempt to run. So this means that since she's on the defensive, the Dragonfly is attacking, so she's going to attempt to run. So she's got a 25% chance of running successfully. If she does, the combat's over. If she does not, she still has to play out one more segment at -1 to hit and damage. But at the end of that segment, the combat ends. So she's going to try to run. So she does not get out cleanly, so she's going to have to fight one more time. Dragonfly's got a combat point of 8, plus 2 for the bonus. It's 10. And she's defending with a combat point of 11, -1 for an attempt to run. This is 10. And she failed to get out cleanly. He hit her for D8 damage on the way out. Oh, her armor. It's not special rules, so her armor might have protected her, 35%. It does not. It didn't do a thing for her. So, hits her for D8 damage. 6 hit points damage. Okay, that conflict did not go well. Oops. Six hit points damage. Okay. There we go. Okay, so since the Dragonfly is injured, make sure to put the round number in the round box here, 49, because the creature will heal 1 hit point per round, so the next time it's encountered, you'll be able to add up the number of rounds difference and add in the hit points. Okay, so the Dragonfly will stay there. And moving on to Zybot. 5 movement points, 2 safety check, pass safely, and the mind warp. As you enter this area, your head begins to throb and spin, making you dizzy and confused. Visions of both wonder and horror abound. What is this warping effect doing to your mind? Roll a d8 and add 1 for every 5 points of psychic. He has 5 points of psychic, so d8. You may add 1. So it'd be a 2 or a 3. 2 total panic. Your next player moves your d6 movement points wherever they like. Or 3 incredibly paranoid, kill a random living being in your party. Well, I don't want to kill my physician, so I'll go ahead and let another player move me around. 6 movement points, huh? 2, 4, 5, 6, plus passing through another safety check, which she passed safely, and 1 event. A die book. It's a personal occurrence. It is not avoidable. This dude is sort of a talent agent for evil beings. If you are evil, he grants you a wish. I don't think Zybot is evil. No, she's neutral. Okay, if you are not evil, he converts you to evil, but you don't get a wish. Oh, so Zybot is now evil. Interesting. All right. And that's an occurrence, so that goes away. Okay, round 50. This will be the last round for the afternoon. Most water locations are still frozen due to the deep freeze. Sissy received a hit point of natural healing for total hit points of 22. Zybot the Scaly has received a hit point in natural healing for a total hit point of 33. Okay, and also he's going to roll on his position. Gives him another 4 hit points, another 4 hit points. Actually, he only has 2 before he's healed. There we go. And Sissy is up first. She's going to go ahead and use one of her doses of magic unguent. That's good for D12 plus 6 hit points healing. Okay, D12, 7 and 6, 13 hit points. See, 13 would give you 32, 30, that would be, yep, that's exactly what she needs to get healed, isn't it? There you go, 35. Great deal. Okay, so she's going to reduce her dose count, dose tracker, 1. Okay, also, let's see, her, she's still got the, where to go? There it is, the deep freeze. Use the controller on that. And this is done. The deep freeze is no longer applies. And now she gets to travel. She's going to go ahead and cast a spell. She's going to go ahead and cast this kill time spell. Cast the beginning of your turn, and you will kill time, allowing yourself to take D4 plus 1 turns before time resumes, and play is passed on to the next person. During this time, draw events normally, but you need only encounter the events you wish. You may treat other players as if they're asleep. However, you may only encounter a specific player once during this time, meaning that you could take an item from them. Also, this only applies to drawn events. It does not apply to the location itself if it has some encounter specific events. Okay, so her cast spell percentage is 70%. So she's going to attempt to cast the spell. I don't think she has anything that helps with that. No, nothing here. I don't think she helps with spell casting. She's got the +2 add-on. That's what brings that up. Okay. Okay, so 70%. The spell succeeded. So D4 plus 1 spell turns. 2 turns. Okay, she can take 2 turns. Well, she gets an extra turn. Whoop-de-doo. Okay, she's going to immediately take another spell because she always has at least 2 spells. So what'd she get? Event shift. Okay. So 2 turns. Let's see. The weather conditions are. Oh, should have checked the weather before I did that. What a waste of a spell. 3 movement points. You can move 1 space regardless of the movement point cost. So she can move 1 space here, 2 events, but she can choose to encounter them or not. Well, that's a good time to have the spell operating, I suppose. Okay, second event is a creature. Okay, it did come in handy. She's not going to bother to encounter either one. And she's going to go ahead and take her second turn, which is 2, 3. She can go here, safety check, and 3, and no event. And she'll take a deep breath and thank her stars that the spell did coming in handy. Okay, and then Pegasus. Where is he? Oh yeah, he got backed up. There he is. Okay. So he's got 3 movement points. He can move 1 space, the woods, and have an event. Boat info. A clan supporter informs you there's a boat hidden for you in the forest cliff at Dock 2 on Breen Island. Okay, so what we need to do is get me a boat, claim ownership, and send the boat to the forest cliff. Send boat to forest cliff. That's down here. So he's got a boat right here now. And that will end round 50, and we'll call it a day. See you for the next tutorial video on Wednesday. What day would that be? Wednesday, the 1st of July. And we're also having our we might be finishing up our campaign tomorrow. It's part 4 of our video series on that. Come by and enjoy the craziness and the chaos, and we will see you then. Goodbye.